The Lemba are a group of Jewish people you may have heard us talk a lot about. These people live in Zimbabwe and other nations in the southern African region. Their oral history names them as sons of Aaron, the high priests of Israel. This suggests that the Lemba have ties to the ancient tribe of Levi. More recently, DNA evidence has actually confirmed a link of the Lemba to historically Jewish people groups, particularly those bearing the Cohen, or the ancient high priestly DNA marker. Now, the Lemba's oral history explains that during the 70-year Babylonian captivity between the First and the Second Temple periods, their ancestors married and then raised families with pagan women. When they returned to Jerusalem after the captivity, Ezra and Nehemiah insisted that they leave their foreign wives and their foreign families to demonstrate a complete return to the God of Israel. But a certain portion of the priests wouldn't, and instead they chose to leave Jerusalem and they migrated south, where they settled in Yemen on the Arabian Peninsula through an area historically called Lemba. After a time of peace, they began to experience persecution a few centuries later from Muslims growing in the region, and so they crossed the Red Sea into various parts of Africa. Some of the Lemba made their way through Ethiopia, Tanzania, and Mozambique to settle in eventually what's modern-day Zambia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa, also into modern-day Mozambique, a very similar path to the spice routes running through the ancient African world. Since the Lemba left Israel, they've retained a strong sense of their Israelite heritage and identity. Their religious practices include circumcising their boys, forbidding marriage outside the Lemba community, and even obeying biblical dietary laws originally given to the children of Israel. The Lemba even